I don't know, Mike. There's overachieving, and then there's I'm learning Klingon for my Star Trek RPG podcast.
I just got started. I
Nice.
mean, it is funny. I mean, it's like, oh, this is the word for hello, but they don't actually have a word for hello. It really means what do you want? Like
That's great.
stuff like that,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to get along great then.
You Nick.
Aye, whatever.
I feel like I need to do something special to start this thing, but I can't think of what it is. So, hello everybody. My name is Jeff Richardson, and this is a special stream recording for the Aging Journey podcast. We're doing Star Trek Adventures today, the Lower Decks edition. So if you've seen Lower Decks, you'll know that it's a cartoon show with lots of jokes and inside references. But it's also written by a whole bunch of people, so don't expect us to have quite as many references. But hopefully we'll have plenty of jokes and good times. Let's meet our players. Top left, we got Matt. What's up, Matt?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Matt. And I have to check my sheet. I'm playing Enon Ebison. I am a Betazoid ensign with Starfleet. I'm a science officer. Is there any more information I should share?
Was that me? Holy shit.
Should I burp? Should I burp? I don't know what to do.
God, no, that's terrible. How embarrassing.
burp.
No, you did great. Let's go next to bottom left. We got Ian.
Hello, I'm Ian. I am playing Greth Murphy. He is a 50-year-old ensign engineer. So he works with the engines. He's there to make sure we all don't die horrible deaths.
Yay.
That sounds
Hopefully.
good.
Probably, maybe.
And Mike, what's up?
Hello. I'm Mike Fitzgerald. I'm playing Vord Gobgach. It's a Klingon. Let's see. Or he's a Klingon. I have it written down here that I'm a lieutenant, but it says in roll 20 that I'm an ensign.
You picked, so you're lieutenant junior grade, so you'll be our highest ranking person on the shuttle, except for the
wow.
commander.
All right.
So you'll be expected to give orders once in a while, but for the most part, you're just like the others.
All right. Yeah. Sounds fun. All right, that's me. I love tribbles. Yeah, that's his thing. All right.
I'm trying to see if I can't make y'all any louder, but I don't think so. Short of making myself quieter. That won't work. All right. So Star Trek Adventures is a 2d20 system, but unlike some systems, instead of trying to roll high, you want to roll low. And you want to get a number of successes and meet or exceed the difficulty. So if the difficulty is like 1, you might not need extra dice, but if it's 2 or 3, you might do what's called using or spending momentum. And the team has a certain number of momentum, and that'll give you more dice. And I can also do the same thing on my end with threat. I spend threat, and it basically acts the same as momentum. But anyway, in that way, you'll get a number of successes, and it'll tell you how good you did. So that's the basic sort of mechanic. So next we have lines and veils. So I'll tell you about our safety tools. We use lines, veils, the X card, and the O card. For lines, that's stuff that you definitely don't want to interact with in the run of play. So ours today are slavery, sexual assault, and prolonged confinement. And veils are things that you don't mind being mentioned, but you just want to fade to black on them. So for now, that's graphic sex and violence and feces. And If at any point something squigs you out or you're just not feeling it, you can either say out loud, like, let's add something to the lines or veils, or you can direct message me, totally anonymous. Now, the X card is like if something happens that you're just like, ugh, or it's too much, or you just need a second, you make an X with your hands or put an X in the chat. And we'll stop down. If we need to add anything to the veils, we can, or we'll just kind of redirect, move around, whatever that was. And then the O card is a positive thing. If you really like the kind of role playing that's happening, you'd like that to continue, whatever it is. Just do like an O with your hands or a heart, and or an O in the chat, and we'll see it. Does anybody have any questions or want to add anything to the list?
Nope.
Okay. Just going to double check my setup here. Everything's moving according to plan. So we'll just get started. Imagine a theme song. And this is your captain saying some words. These are the voyages of the USS Soda Springs. We do a lot of things, but mostly we visit planets, sit down with the inhabitants, work out their issues, and maybe get into a little firefight, just to keep things interesting. And so the camera zooms past the Soda Springs. It's beautiful. It's a California class. Looks great. And then we see a little shuttle shoot out of it, and we follow it in, and we see that it's a Delta Flyer class shuttle, and it says USS Aretha Franklin on the side. And we zoom in, and we see a tall, statuesque, dark-haired lady working the helm. She has a robotic arm, a couple of random red shirts in the back. Describe where you are and what station you're at. There's ops, navigation, and engineering. And these things are customizable. If you're a medical officer, you can still sit in navigation. It's fine.
I think I'm going to stand at ops.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll
Ian?
be over in engineering.
Okay, good deal. And so that puts Mike at ops. So, your commander hasn't told you why you're here. It's all hush-hush. And she turns on a video log, and it's Acting Captain Harry Kim of the USS Hood. He's a pretty young guy, Asian dude, and big friendly face, but he looks super serious and concerned. So he says, Marshal, we've entered orbit above Giada 4, a Class M planet. As I said earlier, the system is pre-warp, every colony showing signs of total annihilation. It's like Roanoke in all directions. We've picked up 326 different vehicles on escape trajectories, all aiming for different planets, showing no signs of life, consistent with a refugee crisis. On the planet, we've located several cryo-freezing facilities in which some number of the population seem to have retreated, presumably to wait out the catastrophe. We've taken in what we think is a survivor, but he seems to have infected our medical team. We've quarantined the area, but we believe the entity may have broken containment. For that reason, we are evacuating the ship to an undisclosed location. Kim out. Commander Pepperwine turns around and she says, Lieutenant Briel's team will be making contact with a refugee ship. Our task is to make for the Hood, secure it, and make sure it's safe to beam back the crew. We have no way of knowing how dangerous this thing is, or whether it can extend its influence via electronic means, which means we'll be going EV from the shuttle in full biohazard suits, complete with environmental field belts in case of punctures. You are not to remove your suit for any reason until the crisis is over. Is that understood?
Aye.
Yeah.
I'm seeing some head nods. Sounds like it's understood. So this shuttle trip will take about 30 minutes. How do you pass the time?
First of all, not saying this out loud, but being silently very worried that Harry Kim is the acting captain, so things must have gone horribly wrong. Um, I'm I'm just gonna go over some.
Do you want to do some research and find out why that is?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. So in the course of your research, you discover that Captain Murakami is on his honeymoon.
Mm.
And Kim was assigned from his ship to be acting captain. He's a lieutenant commander, but he has so much field experience that they think he's able to command a ship, apparently.
Now, this gives me hope that I might rise through the ranks faster than I thought.
All you have to do is get trapped in the Delta Quadrant
I
for
know.
7 years. Anything else?
No, I don't think so. I'm just gonna. I just want to do some additional research just on the situation, I guess.
Cool. And now this brings us to ways to spend momentum. If you like, you can spend 2 momentum to do what's called create an advantage. And that would be something like did extensive research on the ship or something to that effect. You don't have to, but that's one of the things you could do here.
No, I think that sounds good. So do I just mark off 2 of this momentum symbols on this sheet?
Yeah. Do you mind keeping track of momentum for us?
No, not at all.
Cool. So go from 6 to 4.
Okay.
And write down somewhere. I'll write it in on my notes here. Enon did some extensive research. Okay. Next, Ian, how does Ensign Murphy pass the time?
Now, I spent a lot of time with these other crewmates. Are these new people to me? Are they familiar faces?
You tell me. Are you fresh out of the academy? Are you new to the ship? Have you been here a while?
I've been around the ship a while, but mostly like in engineering. If they come down to engineering, then I definitely know them. If not, probably haven't seen them very much.
What about you guys? Are you either of you engineering?
I am not engineering, but well, my discipline in engineering is pretty high, so I think I would have probably gone down and said hello and checked things out. And also, I think I would just I would have made my rounds through the ship as many times as I could have just to meet everybody and say hello.
Okay. So you're a science officer. So your regular assignment, are you more of a lab person or like an operations?
I think I'm more a lab person.
Okay. And Mike, what's Gubgok?
Yeah, Gubgok. Gubgok. My engineering is pretty low, so I'd say no. I think I'm more in command.
Command. So you're often on the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So, remind me again, Ian. So you don't know these guys super well, but you
I've
know
seen them before.
And the commander's always up your ass about productivity, so you know her.
Yeah. Are we all ensigns on board here, or are there people of equal rank to me? Are there a bunch of red shirts, a bunch of yellow shirts? Like, what am I if I cast a look around, what am I seeing?
You're all ensigns except for Lieutenant Junior Grade Gubgok.
Okay.
The Klingon.
So just kind of he casts like a look around, notes mainly the other ensigns, and it's like, that's gonna be one of those missions, isn't it? And just kind of turns back and walks over and kind of busies himself on some of the equipment. It's all working fine for the most part for now, but he's just kind of keeping to himself.
So it sounds like you're puttering?
Yeah, pretty puttering around.
Sounds good.
Puttering around engineering.
The commander notices you wandering around and is like, would you like to play some chess?
Sure. Might as well pass the time.
She's legendary on the ship for never losing a game, so it's pretty challenging.
Have I ever played chess with her before?
I doubt it.
That's fine.
She doesn't hang out at the bar very often, but
It's that
when
3D
she
chess
plays,
too,
people
right?
lose.
Just some super chats.
Oh my God, yeah, the Star Trek chess. I don't know how anyone learns how to play that.
Oh,
Hold up.
man.
How smart am I, though? Can I outsmart her and actually win at chess?
Let me
That's the question.
see. I'm pulling up your character.
It doesn't seem that hard. I actually looked up Gary Gygax's rules for dragon chess, and it seems kind of similar, where it's like there's basically 3 tiers of board, and
Mm.
I don't know, you got like flying creatures on the top and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you just have to factor in a Z axis.
Yeah.
I think I'd call it insight and science? Or would
I mean,
it
I
be
got pretty high
command?
insight and science,
Yeah.
at least for my level.
Yeah. Let me look at her character sheet.
Bare minimum, the chess match itself is like Greth's face is just passive the whole time. Just kind of like this like melancholy passive kind of as he's playing. He just looks like he's doing stuff on autopilot.
Nice. So, yeah, I'll say it's insight and command or science. So,
I'll do it. Insight and science. How does it
So
work?
what's that for you? A 15?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's difficulty 1, complication 1. So it's only a critical failure if you roll a 20. It's a critical success if you roll a 1. I don't see
Ooh.
chess on your list of focuses.
No. No.
Evasive
Survival.
actions.
Does that count?
Say again?
Does survival count for chess?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh,
So
Everything for survival, including chess.
So you said you just roll how two 20s? Or what
two
is
20s unless you would like to spend momentum to get a another die, but this isn't that kind of situation.
No, he just plays chess. I rolled a 17 and a 1.
Oh, critical success. Whereas she got 4 successes.
Jeez.
So
you have to roll below
3.
that number?
No, she got 3
Yeah.
and you got 1.
Okay. So I got
So-
1 critical success and then 1 failure.
So we'll say you actually beat her once
Yo.
out of like 7 games or something. And like
He's
by the
just like,
time you're done, all the ensigns are standing around like in awe. And instead of letting you win, she says it's a stalemate and says, I gotta get back to the helm.
I commander. Never let the as she like walks off, just like kind of look over to one of the ensigns. Never let a commander lose. It looks bad. Anyway, back to my machines.
All right. So, pull up my notes here. All right. So you come in past a moon. You come near a planet looks kind of like Earth. That's Giada 4. This is the Giada Rentis system, by the way. And let's see. So yeah, you coast in towards the hood. It's a big Excelsior class ship. I put a little picture there on the Roll20. It's got a big gut. It's like a pony. So yeah, she parks the shuttle about, I don't know, 300 yards away, and she tells everybody to suit up. We're all going over, and then once you get to the shuttle bay, she's gonna send the shuttle out to like 20 kilometers, just in case. So, you've all got EV training, so I don't need to pull that up.
Do I? What's that?
Extracurricular extravehicular operations.
Oh, gotcha.
Using a spacesuit, moving around.
I'm not
Gotcha.
gonna flop about all those spots outside.
Right.
I think I'm gonna need more notes. Let's see. Oh, did
Can anybody else hear him?
here?
Jeff? Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry,
cut out.
I'm not talking. I'm looking at my notes here.
I thought you were.
Dex.
Thank you.
That's preparing the away team. Oh, do you have any questions for her while you're traveling? You could ask about the case. You, Matt, you learned that the situation has something to do with like a pandemic, and that fits with what Kim's log said, that there was a contagion or something wiped out the civilization.
Wow.
So anybody have any questions about that?
How quickly were they wiped out?
Let's see. It broke containment in the medical section. Let's see. A member of the science team began to exhibit cognitive symptoms. So the captain ordered the medical section cut off from the rest of the ship. That was about maybe 10 minutes into their examination of the prisoner or of the survivor. Then it broke containment at some point. They can't pinpoint exactly. And then it was 13 minutes after.
Oh my God.
After exposure to the whatever it was, and then they were they aged rapidly and then flaked into dust.
Wow. This is a pretty aggressive contagion.
I've heard of that one before.
So they set up a force field around sickbay and the medical lab so that it can't escape.
That was a good move.
Have I ever heard of like something like that before?
Well, there are a lot of Star Trek conditions that can wipe out a person quickly, but usually those are too virulent to survive. So this thing might have other ways of transmitting than just like airborne or all the stuff we learned in the pandemic.
Bloodborne.
So yeah, if I pull up all the different diseases, let's see. There was that macrocosm situation on Voyager. Let's see. There was a love virus. That's probably not it. There was the aging virus on Gamma Hydra 4, a similar illness on Darwin Station. I think those are the ones that are maybe as virulent, but none of them have wiped out a civilization.
Right. Yeah, people did just turn to dust.
You feel like if you'd heard about this, you'd know. This is pretty big news. Any other questions?
Gosh. Not really. I mean, I guess I'm wondering what our plan of action is going to be, but I also feel like that might just kind of unfold as we do it.
And like we're all protected from like
we're wearing suits, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So you
okay.
have not only a suit, but under it you have a belt mounted like force field like they had in the animated series. So if your suit is punctured, you still hopefully won't be contaminated.
I think as like we're all gearing up, Greth just goes and like double checks everyone's to make sure that it's like working, just to make
Nice.
sure everyone's tech is not faulty or gonna bug out. Just gives her like a pat on the shoulder and moves on to the next person.
I just feel like you start like grabbing at my like well, thank you. That's thank.
Yeah. Yeah,
Now,
no good.
Mike, as the lieutenant, your job there would be to like congratulate Greth on his initiative.
Yes, but at the same time, I'm like, my belt's fine. No need to check.
No. I've seen many a belt fail. Here, give it here. Let me take a look at it.
Very well. Good.
It's
Good
fine.
initiative.
Here you go.
Yeah. All right. Good initiative.
It's always good to have a second pair of eyes on your belt.
Yes, I agree. This one's fine though, but yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. You're good.
Okay,
Oh,
so you
checks
pull
his
up
own
to
belt.
the hood, and as you step out of the hatch, you see that the hood is eerily silent. Almost all the lights are off, and there's some weird kind of almost like growths on different parts of it that if you know anything about the Voyager's mission, they got some Borg technology like plastered on it, and Kim seems to have modded the hood with some of that as well.
Interesting.
All right, so Pepperwine links all your jetpacks to hers, and she takes off, and you jump and follow along.
Whee!
And you arrive at the hood's shuttle bay. Oh, I should have told you that the hood resists scanning. The crew seems to have rigged up a low-level damping field, which is disrupting comms and obscuring sensors. The shuttle bay has been left open and depressurized. You notice as you come in that all the regular shuttles are gone, but there's a weird shuttlecraft you've never seen before. It's non-Starfleet. It appears to be an impulse drive vehicle with no armaments or shields. Okay, so you all step onto the deck. Does anybody want to say anything before Pepperwine gives orders?
Well, I just want to ask, does anyone know what that shuttle is?
Pepperwine says, "You, take a look." What's your name? She would know your name. Ebison, take a look. And she looks around. Who else? Engineer.
Yeah, I'll go take a look.
Yeah.
All right.
Murphy, go help Ebison.
This is exciting.
And she says, "I have to take care of something." And she, you notice she, in addition to her regular holdout or loadout, she also has what looks like a thermos with a handle with no markings on the outside. You've never seen something quite like it. And she says, "I have something I have to take care of, so I'm going to go do that. The rest of you, go to the transporter room and find out where they sent the crew." Okay.
All right.
Aye, Commander.
All right.
Aye.
All right. Come on, let's go take a look at the machines.
Yeah. Yeah, what is this thing?
Okay, you're looking at the
Maybe
shuttle. So let me get a let's see. Scans? Do you want to scan it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so with this, I'll give you a roll and the other person will assist.
Okay.
Aye.
So is this a security scan or like an engineering? What's the focus?
I'll assist his scan. I think Greth is more just taking a look at it with his eyes to see if he can recognize anything with it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm kind of trying to mostly see if I can figure out like the planet origin or species origin, whatever, who made this.
Gotcha. So we'll call this reason and engineering.
Okay.
So you'll need a 13.
13, yeah.
I don't think any of your things will apply here.
No.
And you don't have to use the same things for an assist. Like you could focus on security or whatever, or you could do reason and engineering as well. Greth. So Greth, you'll roll 1 die,
All
and
right.
it will only apply if Ebison gets a single success.
Okay. So I'm rolling
Uh,
2d20.
It's difficulty 1, so you probably don't need any momentum.
Okay.
So 2d20, and then Ian, you'll roll 1.
Gotcha. Here's mine.
I got 2 successes.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, 3
I am
successes.
not
So you
good.
get your 2 momentum back. So mark yourself back up to 6 momentum.
Okay.
Oh, you could use 1 or 2 of those momentum to get extra information. You spend 1 of those. So you could spend up to 2 to get more information. But I'll tell you what you've learned so far.
Okay.
Because you already got 3 successes.
Yeah.
So,
Let's see.
Let's see. So the language is not translated. Apparently the computer is still working on it in the shuttle. Once the hood systems are back online, I'm sure it could do it easily, but the shuttle's not quite as robust. And it looks institutional in its markings, like, you know, it's not tricked out or like custom. It doesn't show signs of being like business promotions or anything like that. But it also doesn't look exactly military.
Okay.
It doesn't have any weapons or shields. It's pre-warp. So it's good for getting around the system, but it looks like it might be a local transport. And are you going to go inside?
Yeah.
Okay. You open it up and you step inside, and it's clear that there's a sort of secure cabin for all the people that run it, which is like 2 or 3. And then there's a locked chamber in the back, like past everything, all the engines and stuff, with a long hallway to it. And then, I mean, it's clearly a prison transport. So, you know, there's places for shackles and things.
Yeah.
You know.
We're on Boba Fett's ship.
Say again?
We're on Boba Fett's ship.
Totally. Totally. But yeah, it's stocked with like a few items of food and bottled water and stuff, but it doesn't seem long range. There's no long range things that you would expect from a long trip.
Why is it here?
I mean, prison ship. I don't know. Prisoners? Maybe. Probably.
Why would they be bringing prisoners to a Starfleet ship, though?
Why do they bring prisoners anywhere? I don't know.
That's true.
Maybe.
That's a good point.
Did any prisoners get sick? Or who was sick first, eh?
Oh, yeah, maybe, gosh, maybe they actually brought this insane virus or whatever it is.
Although, then that begs question of why do they need prison ship if they're just bringing a patient?
Right. Can I check to see if there's any sign on the ship of like viruses or anything?
Okay, yeah. So you do a quick scan with your tricorder. There's no sign of any thing. In fact, it's pretty sterile. They had like Windex out and they were clearly had cleaned it at some point. So they maybe knew about the threat.
Are there any signs of physical damage?
No.
No. It's nice
logs. You can probably tap into their logs.
Oh.
So usually in the TV show they like show the last thing that was logged or whatever.
That sounds
and you
good.
see two cops basically in like black armor and helmets. They're putting on their helmets and they're getting ready to do an EV action, and they're yelling, but of course you can't understand the language. And one of them says something like, maybe it's like, what about the prisoner? And they look back down the hall and they're like, screw it, and they jump out of the ship. And that's the last log. If you scroll back, you see back on the planet they put the prisoner in and took off.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point they might have found out he was sick, and so they fled.
So they left the prisoner, but there is no sign of the prisoner being on the shuttle still, is there?
When you looked in the prison area, you didn't see anybody.
No. Okay. Can I don't want to spend too much time on the shuttle. But can I check the prison area a little bit more thoroughly?
Yes. So you find a little puddle of what might be urine. Maybe they left him in there a while. There's like a few protein bar like wrappers on the ground.
Okay. Can I check the urine and see if there's any saliva on the protein bars, just to see if there's any traces of...
Yeah, you do a DNA check, and they both are the same person.
Mm-hmm.
No sign of any known contaminants
or
contagions or anything.
All right, well, I feel like we found about as much as we're going to find on this shuttle. So do you want to go catch up with the others?
I take a quick look at the door. It doesn't look like it was busted open or anything.
No, you're pretty sure the Starfleets opened it up, and it's not like the prisoner kicked his way out or anything.
Guess they let him out for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, nothing's... Except for the fact that everything seems out of the ordinary, nothing seems out of the ordinary.
We are on a space station with a killer virus and an escaped convict. It's another day in Starfleet.
Yep. It's so exciting.
It gets boring after a while.
Oh, I can't imagine.
All right, let's cut over to Mike's character, Gubgrotch. Gubgok.
Yeah, Lieutenant Gobgok. But Vord is the first name, like Worf,
Look here. Vord, yes, okay. So Vord, you're with ensigns Brentley and crew, and you make your way through the corridors, and it's eerily dark. It's just like very low levels of light. No sign of anybody. But as you round the bend towards the transporter room, you see a dozen containers and objects lining the wall, as if a line of crew members dumped them on the way to the transporter. And inside the room are even more, all of them rare treasures or sentimental objects. I've got a fun list I can drop in the chat here. So you'll see some fun things in there. There's a kennel for the dog. The dog's not there, or else you would see that it's a unicorn dog. There's the stone dick that James Kirk picked up once on an episode. There's a giant cheese from the Voyager sickbay bit. There's the sex candle from Beverly's episode What's that one called? It's the one where she hooks up with her grandmother's boyfriend. Who's
Oh
an
yeah,
evil
yeah,
demon.
The one where she fucks the ghost. Oh,
Yeah.
can we swear?
There's a stack of TOS era data pads. There would have been a plant, but there's not. There's just a pot with nothing in it. There's some shower curtain EV suits. I can't remember what those are, but they appeared in something. There's Romulan helmets. There's a white rabbit costume, Horta eggs, some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Star Trek outfits. Whole bunch of jazz. And you also notice that game sold in an episode of TNG. It's like a little thing, and it weirds out your brain, and you like are all excited about sending this disc into a hole, and it gives you like horny feelings. So that's there. Right. Anyway, so you step into the transporter room, you see all that shit, and there's the transporter pad and the console, and you see the console has this strange little round black thing with a few green lights, and it's got little like tentacly things that have locked into the top of the console. Looks Borgy.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think I'd be interested in checking the logs to see where they last went, but I mean, what is this thing? I mean, it seems to have kind of taken over, huh? I mean, do I recognize it at all? What it's doing?
It looks sort of like maybe a mix of Borg and Starfleet tech.
So just another Harry Kim upgrade.
Yeah. But you notice when you go to scan the console with your tricorder, it's powered down. So maybe this thing is locking it.
I mean, this isn't like regulation. Like, would I feel like I'd want to try to rip it out, possibly, unless I knew that was dangerous.
I have a hint for you. You might want to tell Pepperwine what you found.
All right, yeah. Hey, Pepperwine, come check this out.
I have a sound effect for this. Are you ready?
Awesome.
And Lieutenant, what can I do for you?
Yeah, I have a curious tentacle device. Seems to be added on here. Do you recognize this thing?
Yeah, Harry brought it back from Voyager. It's some sort of special tech that can manage power systems and automatically lock systems in the ship. I'm sure he had his people put him on once they realized what was happening. I found his code, so I'm gonna send that over. Oh, by the way, I'm acting captain of the Hood now, just for the time being. So she sends over some codes, and you're able to transmit it to the Borg thing, and it like twists, and the lights turn back to nice normal Starfleet colors, and then the console is unlocked.
All right. Well, I guess I'm curious. Where did they go last?
Yes. Let's see. Apparently, all the crew, minus the dead ones, were successfully transported to an unrecorded location somewhere in the capital city of the third largest continent, known as Colander City. So you can try to narrow that down with a successful roll.
What would I roll?
This will be engineering and reason with difficulty 3. So that is not your forte. So we can say one of these red shirts are good at engineering if you want to do that. So you can order one of the red shirts to find out where they went. We'll say Ensign Brentley. I don't have a character sheet for him, I don't think. Oh, I do. Okay. Yeah, he has engineering. So you'll need to get a 14 or less. He doesn't have any transporter-based focuses.
Did I do it right?
Yeah, and you can assist. So if he gets any successes, you can roll a die and help out. So do you want to use any momentum?
Did the roll I put in work or?
That thing never works. I don't know.
Oh,
just roll 2d20.
Yeah.
On the
Does it work?
The left hand. Well, it looks like the first one was an 8, and it
math.
looks like the second one was a 2.
Oh, it does work. Okay, cool. Yeah. So it's 2 successes.
Yeah, because I want to take those like 2 ones, right?
Yeah. Well, it's not 2 ones. If you mouse over each one, it shows you kind of what the roll was.
Okay,
so
I was going to have you
think.
assist Brentley, but because you did fine, I'll just have him assist.
Ooh.
Okay, no.
He rolled kind of high.
Yeah. So you got 2 successes. You are able to narrow it down to one of 2 facilities. They're in the same city. They're maybe a couple miles apart. One's on the north side of town, one's on the south side. That's as close as you can get.
All right, interesting. Yeah, I wonder why they went here. What do we know about the planet?
This planet, not much. But your boy Matt Eben did extensive research and may have come up with something. Otherwise, you'll have to dig through the logs and see if you can't find signals from the planets and the various ships, but they're all quiet. So I don't know if they can ship sensors like grab radio signals from space and then reconvert them back into. Is that a thing that can happen?
What are you trying to have them convert them into?
Like watching their TV and radio and stuff to learn more about them.
I think so.
Probably depends on the planet, right? Yeah.
And the Hood crew probably already did that. So if you could check out the ship's computer, you should be able to find all that information.
Okay.
So ship's computer is locked and can only be reactivated in the engineering.
Maybe you should talk to that engineer guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Pepperwine checks in. What'd you find, Lieutenant?
It appears, I've narrowed it down. Seems like most of the crew, if not all of them, went down to this planet in this city and went to either 1 or 2 different facilities. I got one on the north end of town, one kind of on the south end. But I'm kind of curious about more about this planet, and it seems like we might need to get our engineers on this.
Oh, you want to turn the computer back on?
Yeah, just so we can find out more about where they went.
Okay. Yeah, let's send our engineer down there and get that turned back on. So, Eben, you get a little call from Pepperwine. Ensign, head down to engineering and turn the ship's computer back on.
Okay, I'm not the engineer, though.
Who is our... Greth. Sorry, excuse me. Murphy.
I can go with him.
Murphy, take one of your team there and go to engineering.
Do I
Get the
have
ship's
to?
computer turned back on.
Oh, it'll be fun. Come on.
Yeah, okay. Aye, Commander.
Okay, so y'all head to engineering. Mike, would you like to do anything else in the transporter room? Or find something else to do?
I'll follow them.
You'll go down to engineering? Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all meet in the turbo lift. I don't have a oh wait, Star Trek door.
There we
get
go.
into the turbo lift. So you're in a turbo lift. Canonically, the conversation relevant to the plot lasts as long as the turbo lift ride.
Okay.
So feel free to chat, debrief, share information, whatever, during the turbo lift ride.
Yeah.
Oh, good, you're all alive.
That is good. I'm glad. I'll share what we found about the shuttle. Just don't know where it came from. Went into their log. They're speaking a language we don't recognize. The shuttle's computer hasn't translated it yet. There's a prison ship. Looked like they ran and left the prisoner who is gone now. But I checked it for any kinds of viruses, bacteria, anything, and it was very sterile in there, except for some plain old urine on the floor. So it's odd that it's there. We don't know why, but it didn't yield any hard information.
Look out for escaped convicts and don't die.
That's like a mantra. I like that.
I speak wise words to live by.
Yeah.
Ensign Crew, your
I'm gonna write that
security
down.
guy, cocks his Type 3 phaser.
Good.
All right, you arrive in engineering. It's a spooky, quiet place, big cathedral ceiling, engine warp core bubbling. I don't have a sound for the warp core, so I'll have to...
It kind of sounds like the ocean.
Yeah.
Which one?
The one inside the shell.
Okay. So y'all are in engineering. It looks pretty quiet. Those little Borg thingies are on each console. And you see somebody has rigged up a weird, I don't know, what's it look like? A ball on a tripod sort of machine that seems to be active. It's near the warp core for some reason because they're always doing that.
Can I pull out my tricorder and kind of check out these Borg attachments and see if there's anything, I don't know.
Sure, yeah, you go
worrying.
scanning.
Yeah.
They drain all the power, so they like keep the thing from working, basically. Mike, you notice Eben is studying that thing. Do you want to Enon, excuse me, is studying that thing. Do you want to tell him what they are?
Yeah, I'll bring him up to speed. Yeah.
Okay. So he fills you in, you punch in the code, and it unlocks, little tentacles come out. And you now have access to the console.
All right.
Excuse me. So typically in this game, this would begin what's called a extended task, where you like make several rolls and slowly figure it out. I don't have time for that. You know, they would have solved the problem like this real quick. So we're just going to make this a difficulty 1.
Okay.
And so just roll 2d20. If you have any successes, somebody can assist you, but Yeah. And you're max on momentum, so it's fine.
Okay.
Oh, and this will be, let's see, insight and engineering.
Okay, so 13. Ooh, 2 failures.
2 failures. Okay. Does anyone else want to give this
Yeah,
one a try?
I don't. This isn't.
I'll come over and help him out.
Okay.
I got a shock.
Let me pull up Murphy here.
Stand back. Don't get too close to the conduits.
Give it a look.
Ha! 1.
Wow.
Oh, you're gonna have to do your own. So roll another die.
Still
But it
got a
doesn't matter.
one,
You've
so
already,
that's-
you've already.
One and
So
an
solved
eight.
it.
nice.
So that's 3 successes. So yeah, you easily fix it. It's embarrassing how quickly you do it.
I just like go over and kind of like shoo him away. Take like a little piece of chalk and draw a line around the console. Don't cross that. Then just goes and starts fixing it.
Okay. So the computer has returned. What does the computer say? It doesn't say, "How may I assist you?" Does it say hello? I don't remember.
I don't think so. It just makes that. No, that's the sound of somebody like ringing someone's doorbell. That do 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 do. The computer
That one?
definitely makes a noise when you talk to it, but
It's like a bleep up.
do do
Bleep blop. Good.
bleep blop.
Oh, that's
You bleep
uncomfortable.
up. You know.
Oh, we should change the sound settings.
So the computer is now available. What would you like to use it for? I think you wanted to find out. You wanted to see all the logs?
Yeah.
Yes.
All the information from the planet.
Go
So
to
yeah,
logs.
you get a whole bunch of stuff from the planet. It's on your data pads. You're like checking out the various analyses that the people did. Essentially, before they got to the system, all signal traffic had ended. They had the Federation had a little listening post outside the system, and once it noticed all the signals stopped, they told Starfleet, and Starfleet sent somebody out. And essentially, all the colonies, the moon, everything is either turned off or has, a runaway situation. So there's like fires here and there. There's planes that have crashed and stuff, but like there's a boat slowly spinning in a lake, It's clearly people died real fast.
Yeah.
And it was
that's
total massive.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm really glad I studied so much diplomacy since everybody's dead and there's no one to talk to.
You can talk to the ensign. You can talk to the convict when we find them.
Oh,
Maybe-
that's true. I've got a feeling they might be misunderstood.
You could talk, yeah. Yeah.
So you learn that their culture is like all based around food and preparing it and sharing it. Their ships are named after restaurants and their local food making celebrities. And yeah. Oh, there's something in the chat.
They
Oh,
love
that
to
was just
eat.
Mike saying he was gonna BRB. Do you have any other questions about their culture, their civilization?
Picture of what they looked like, what the species looked like, resemble.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. They're pretty thin-necked and big-headed. Widow's peaks, tall eyebrows. I don't know, little mouths. Other than that, they look like normal humans.
Well, there you go. Maybe you can find someone to talk to them. Oh,
Yeah.
back a little bit more. You're
It's
crossing the line.
It's interesting that they were so food centric. That suggests to me that they were a very social people. Well, until they couldn't talk anymore.
He's just like, yeah. So food. He immediately starts to look into like their engineering and sciences extra thing.
Cool. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you study up on their science and stuff. They're woefully behind the Federation. They're so far away from warp travel.
These poor fools haven't even heard of a Kluxine capacitor.
Well, God, they've been spending centuries really heavily focusing on perfecting their creme brulee. So I think that maybe once they got off of that, they might have jumped right to warp.
I mean, maybe, but how do you turn a pancake into a plasmic converter? I don't know. I mean, their pancakes do look good.
Yeah, they look really good. Yeah.
That looks really good.
You know, where there's a will, there's a way. Although it seems like they didn't have much will. They mostly just wanted to eat.
Oh, like a Grib thought. I hope we don't have to deal with carnivorous aliens as well as cannibals and plagues, because that would be a problem.
That would be awful because it seems like they were really, really hungry all the time. So,
Do you know how to diplomacy food?
um, well, you know what? It would be a lot easier if the replicator was working on the ship.
Immediately goes to try and see if he can figure out how to get the replicator.
Nice. You fire up those replicators. Now, keep in mind, the reason they shut down all the systems is because they were afraid that whatever the entity was might be able to take them over.
Mhm.
But on Star Trek, canonically, security measures are terrible. So
Right.
go nuts.
Just replicate. I'm not picking up on that.
We
He's
might-
just like replicators.
We might.
container.
I mean, we shouldn't eat anything because we don't want to like eat the virus. It might be in all the.
You'd also have to turn off your suits to.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
think how disrespectful that is. I mean, it's a really culture built on food, and you don't want to eat.
You could
You know,
beam
these are
the
track
food
orders. Yeah.
into your mouth. Has anyone ever tried that? What was that, Mike?
Oh, we could always just use our track orders to see if there's any viruses.
Oh yeah.
Great idea.
By the way,
Cool, so
is there viruses here?
Oh, let's take a look.
are you asking the computer, or you guys want to bust out your
I'm gonna bust up my tricorder and
scanning devices? Okay.
we should
who's
also ask the
best
computer
at
though.
this?
Let's do both.
All right, I'll
I
ask the
think
computer.
this would be reason and medicine.
Okay.
So Enon has a 13 on that.
And is that the same for asking the computer?
So the way that works is if you're in a starship and you're in the relevant area, it acts like all your roles act like you have a focus. But since this isn't an engineering task, that doesn't happen. But the ship can assist with any actions you do.
Okay.
So if I pull up, I've got a character sheet for the ship somewhere. Where's that ship? Let's see. Starship registry sheet. Nope, that's not it. Maybe it's just a picture I have. Shuttle specs. That's going too slow. I'm going to use the other machine.
I look away for 1 second, and then I come back, and our GM has vanished into the ether. That plague is rough, man.
Right.
Sorry, I can't remember where I put it. So, I know it has computers 2, and it has sensors 8. Oh, but that's the shuttle, not the hood. The hood has absurd numbers, so we'll say it's a 10. So, I'll roll for the computer. And the computer has a focus, so the computer got 1 success. You got 1 yourself?
Yeah, 1 success and 1 failure.
Okay, and then one of you can assist.
I'll
if you want
assist.
to roll a die.
Yeah.
Reason and medicine.
4.
Nice.
4. So that's 3 successes. So you can either use that extra 1 to get more information. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to plug in my computer. Hold on.
It is very important.
Wish I could find that shuttle sheet. I wonder where I put that. Oh, I bet it's in the Discord. Hold on.
Well, while we're waiting, I'd like to give a shout out to this Reserva Bell Sauvignon Blanc from Chile. It's quite good considering it was about $5 at the grocery outlet.
Nice.
Very, very grapefruity.
Oh, nice.
Try some of that.
Yeah.
What are these pictures in the chat? I gotta take a look at these.
Yeah, good old vodka and seltzer for me. Yeah.
Hard to go wrong.
Give it a shout out.
Okay.
Shout out to any brand vodka and seltzer. Thanks,
so
vodka.
I have added it to
Pop up and Meyer Caviar Classy.
I added the hood's registry thing to the chat.
Oh.
So its computers are 10 and its medicine is 12. So
Medicine?
it's 12 altogether. I need to take a bio break. You're all welcome to do so.
Okay.
Cool.
We get to use our cool hold picture. All right, welcome back. Let's see. Y'all were looking for signs of the virus. There are no signs of the virus anywhere in this area. Perfectly clean. Do you want to expand the search to include the whole ship?
Yeah.
I would like. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's no known contagion on the ship. Nothing is coming up as out of the ordinary. Other than there's a little bit of dust in the HVAC system. But other than that, everything's pretty normal.
So
I don't know what they call the HVAC system on starships, but
right.
It is powered down.
So now I'm wondering, is it something that just like dies out the second there isn't a host? Or is it something that our technology can't find?
Can I do like a virology check? Like that's one of my traits or whatever.
I have a focus in virology as well. Can I help?
Like you want to adjust the tricorder somehow?
I don't know. I guess it's kind of like an insight check in D&D. Like, would we be able to, put two and two together?
Cool.
Get some
So you tap some buttons. Star Trek technobabble. You're trying to fine tune the ship sensors. So who's better at medicine and reason?
I have a 10 reason and 3 medicine. And I have a focus of I have a 10 reason and a 3 medicine and a focus in virology.
Okay, so you'll be the better one to do there.
Okay.
And
less
Vord will assist. Would you like to roll for the computer, Ian?
Oh, I'm not participating in this one. This one would be Goblin and Chipper there.
Oh yeah, one of them will do it. The other one will assist, but the computer can also assist.
Oh, true. Yeah, I'll try helping
roll.
with the computer.
Okay, so do I just roll 2d20?
This is a difficulty 3,
okay.
So you might want to spend momentum.
Okay, well, and what do I get? So I've got a 10 for reason and a 3 for medicine, so that's 13. But do I get anything for the virology focus?
So instead of just getting a critical success on a 1, it can be higher. So your medicine is 3, you said?
Yeah.
So a 3 or lower will give you a critical success.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to spend a momentum. So does that give me 3d20?
Yes.
Okay.
You spend 1 point of momentum, you get an extra die. So roll 3 dice. Let's see what happens.
2 successes.
Cool. Ian, roll 1 for the ship.
All right, ship. Tell me something good, please. Where's the D20? There we go. 6.
Awesome. And then wasn't Mike going to help?
Yes, and Mike, you need an 11 or less.
I think 1d20 for Mike. Is it?
1d20, yeah.
No, just roll a d20, Mike.
You got a 17.
He got 17.
Oh, he got 17. Okay, so that's a failure.
So 3 successes. You can either get your momentum back up to 6, or no, it had to be 3.
Yeah.
So you just achieved it.
We just achieved it, yeah.
Okay. So you do a ship-wide scan. You spend plenty of time improving the sensors. And as far as you can tell, there is no alien material on the ship. But the dust is interesting. It's a mix of biological Well, it's all biological. It's a mix of sapient DNA, some plants, a sort of algae-like thing.
Hmm.
I think that's it. Yeah. This is more or less the basic makeup. And most of it is concentrated in the medical bay, in the sick bay.
Huh.
Hmm.
I also have a focus in botany. Can I tell any more about this like mix of human and plant dust?
You'd have to get up closer to it. The ship is
Okay.
only just getting
Gotcha. Okay, so
the basic composition.
I think we have to go to sick bay if we're going to find out what's going on.
All right, let me see if I can lock down the HVAC and see
Yeah.
if we can keep it from going anywhere else.
Good. It's a little bit chilly in here.
Mhm. You want
So
to
you're
keep the
gonna
reactors
make
cool. If they get
sure-
too hot, things get volatile.
Oh yeah.
So are you saying you're going to make sure that the HVAC can't be turned on?
More, I want to like try and seal it around the areas where the dust is, if that's possible.
Oh, there's a faint amount filtered around the ship on several decks. But
Can I
the
try
largest...
funneling it to one spot?
Yes.
Or just blowing it out of the ship? The areas
yeah, you'd
where
plan
it's
a
like
little
light?
algorithm, then turn on the HVAC system. Yeah, you probably want to check in with Pepperwine before you pull that trigger. Or check in with your lieutenant, who's right here.
But it's
Follow the
something
chain
I
of
like
command.
physically I can do. I want to check in beforehand, make sure it's all right.
Cool. So it's up to you there, Vord. Do you want to authorize this or send it up the chain?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, you do have a feeling that Pepperwine might want you to study the dust in situ before you suck it out of sick bay.
Yeah, I mean, well, I get on my communicator and I ask. Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, we're trying to. We seem to notice like a weird sapient plant algae dust. And our ensign here is interested in setting up the HVAC systems or whatever to kind of
blast it into space.
Oh,
Where's the dust concentrated?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, there you go.
Where's the dust concentrated now?
Sick bay, mostly. But a little bit all over.
Okay, hold off on that. Plan, but we can turn that on from sick bay if we need to. I'll meet you all up there.
In sick bay?
Yeah.
We're going to where it's concentrated?
Well, we have to study it.
Oh, yeah, to study it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry. I remember this now. Yeah, well, I thought we were like concentrating in one place for,
She wants to study it in situ before it gets blown around.
Yeah. All right.
You arrive in sick bay. It's totally normal. It's a little dim lit, but other than that, it's just your regular capital ship sick bay. Lots of tables, lots of beds, and then one whole side of it has a glass wall and an airlock situation, and then a science medical lab beyond it. And right now it's set up with just a single like dentist chair kind of in the middle and a tray with instruments beside it. And in the airlock, you see a uniform just sort of abandoned on the ground and what looks like a little bit of circuitry. And then once you see that, you notice that there are uniforms sort of dropped around sick bay, 13 of them in total, including the one that's in the airlock.
Can we tell if there's dust in or under the uniforms?
Yes.
Okay.
There is indeed dust inside the uniform.
Don't tell me the dust in the
Oh.
air vents is people.
I think the dust in the air vents is people.
No, don't
The
say
dust
it.
is people.
I could try to think of a way to say it that's a lot more positive.
Nothing you say will make this more positive.
No, it's
It's
kind of
sapient.
it's kind of a mass death.
Well, we blow it out of the airlocks. Did better, let's see. We should
Well,
just
no,
go.
we need to study the dust.
It's people!
But it's also plant matter, which is really unusual.
We should get a sample.
Pepperwine strolls in
Hey,
and she looks around. She takes in the surroundings and she says, "Oh, this is bad."
Yeah.
no kidding, Commander. Sorry.
Well, when
She
we were
says,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you feel free.
When we were looking, when we were scanning this area with the computer, we saw DNA of people, but there's also a lot of plant matter DNA.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Start with one of these piles here.
Okay.
Not to mention
and,
algae.
find out that composition. Then we
Not
can
to mention
compare
algae.
it. Then we can compare it to what you discovered in
Yeah.
the ship sensors.
That sounds good. Thing. I captain, because yeah, she's the acting captain, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get a baseline
Yeah.
with this person, and it's all just a person.
Okay.
And a little bit of that marine plant life sort of thing is in there too. It's almost like mixed in with the DNA.
There's a weird amount of seaweed in these people.
Hey.
Yeah.
Greth will go over to the computer systems here to see if they have any logs on medical treatments that they've been doing.
Cool. So you got to tap the button, and then all of a sudden, a doctor appears next to you, and it looks kind of like Julian Bashir, but a lady, like long black hair, and sort of a smirk, and she says, "What seems to be the nature of the medical emergency?"
Dust.
Oh, she looks around. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
the whole crew seems to have been vaporized.
right. Yeah. There was a break of containment. I wasn't here for all of it. There was a spacesuit in the biolab over there. I don't see it now.
Huh. So whoever was in it probably left and might still be with us.
Stands to reason.
Yeah. Or it walked away on its own.
Were you able to figure out the nature of the contagion? We see plant matter and moss and algae.
Well, when I was here, it was contained. They did gather a flake of it as the person deteriorated. They kept a flake here, and you see this petri dish. It's got like lasers or whatever force field around it to keep it. It's in stasis. If we turn off the stasis field, it will probably just flake into dust like the others did.
Is it possible to study it at all while it's still in the stasis field?
I don't know. I believe stasis fields are like blocked. Like you see some of them on the walls. There's like little critters and things that were being studied, like geckos and worms and things. They're stasis locked. I don't know. Can you scan into stasis? I'm gonna say yes. You can scan. So,
all right, I'll take my tricorder and scan the flake.
Yeah, it's the same thing you're finding in the suits, except a higher concentration of, in this case, human DNA.
Human and sea plant. So it really seems like some sort of plant-based viral entity was attacking everybody.
There's a monster on board the ship along with the convict and the plague.
Right, and they are likely connected.
Oh, yeah.
Even though his urine had no signs of it, of any plant matter. So maybe he's just trying, maybe it's not connected. Maybe he's just trying to stay alive. Maybe he's dead by now and just somewhere else.
It's now that you notice that you're hearing what sounds like voices off in the distance. One of you is a Beta Z, correct?
Yeah.
So,
can I hear their thoughts?
Oh, if you think there's like actual beings around here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. I think we need a roll for that.
Okay. I don't know what to roll.
Not sure what it would be. Trying to think what they did in the show I watched. We'll call it presence and command.
Okay.
So that's 15.
Yeah.
This will be difficulty 3.
Okay.
Do you want to use any momentum?
Well, I got. Oh, so I need to roll 3. Or is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to decide if you use momentum before, but
okay.
I would assume you would have used 1.
Well, I rolled 2 already, and they're both successes. Or should I just re-roll?
It's difficulty 3, so you might want to use a momentum.
Okay. So should I roll 2 more?
Just 1.
Just 1. Okay. Oh, no, it's a failure.
Okay. So there's no obvious life forms around here. You're just picking up your team. But it's almost like you're hearing people having a big conversation, like all the way across the ship. Like it's very faint.
Oh no!
And the same goes for the two of you. You're like, at first you can't tell the language. You think it's standard, but you're like, it's very faint.
Jeff, I think I may have done that wrong. So if it's difficulty 3, don't I roll 3 d20s? No. Okay, sorry.
So when the difficulty's higher, you have to actually spend
momentum. I see.
To give yourself more dice.
Gotcha.
Or use a value. So for you, all viewpoints have merit. Something out there is calling.
Something out there is literally calling.
I mean, if you wanted to use your point of determination, everybody gets 1. If you wanted to do that, now would be a good time.
Yeah.
And that would give you 2 successes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so you got 4 successes, so 1 more than you needed. So you can get that momentum back, or you can use it to ask for more information.
I'll just get the momentum back.
I'll tell you what you're getting is a gestalt, a feeling of lots of voices, but one being, and it's nearby.
Okay, I'll share that information with everybody. So it's lots of voices, but it's one being. Do I get any emotional sense off of it? Like what it's feeling, or is it feeling lots of different things?
No, it's sort of muted. Like,
okay.
Like almost the impression of like if you heard somebody's emotions from like across down the street, you know, it's very faint.
Okay.
It's hard to pick out any particular one.
But there's something odd here.
Yes. And every once in a while you hear like, I don't know, like spooky word or a sound a person might make, but yeah, you can't pinpoint it. You like look around your shoulder and yeah.
It just keeps saying moist, huh?
But me and Glob Glob just hear kind of voices. We don't hear the same thing, I take it.
Well, obviously you're not a Beta Z, so you don't have the full picture. But yeah, you're getting this sort of weird voices off in the distance, but nothing you can pinpoint. It's just a vibe. And you're feeling a little irritable for some reason.
You guys aren't on the comms again, are you?
Say that again?
None of you are on the comms, right?
Oh, right.
No.
Okay, because that'd be dumb, because we're all in the same room. Don't use comms when you're in the same room. You can just talk to the person like a respectable gentleman.
That's
Commander
a good
Pepperwine
reminder.
pats
Thank you.
your shoulder, and she says, "Well, Julian here is trained in all manner of therapy. If you need a moment, Ensign." And the doctor waves all friendly, like.
Oh, I watched this like just with a giant grin on my face.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Are you sure? It can feel really good to talk about things sometimes.
No, it's fine. See, life is fine. He's fine. We have bigger things to deal with. We have dust people play.
I'm getting a mild sense of irritation from you, though. I think it might really help you.
No. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Ensign Crew's like, we could go out in the hallway.
No,
you punch out.
You stay
get
here.
The aggression out.
I don't need to talk about anything. I'm mentally healthy. I'm doing okay.
They have a great gym here on the hood if you want to pump some iron or whatever.
I would rather just tinker with machinery and live in solitude, but sometimes life doesn't give you what you want. You just have to deal with that.
I might need to talk to you now after he just said that. That kind of...
No, I'm good.
It's like...
So to reiterate, people turn into dust when they're exposed to the contagion. The spacesuit had something to do with it. According to Julian, it left sickbay at a certain time. Oh, you were going to check the logs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you comb through the logs and you're able to like kind of make a timeline. Basically, Ensign got suited up, went in the airlock, did something in the lab, and then came back out. And apparently they didn't, they forgot to like run the air or the whatever it does to decontaminate the suit before they came back out. And some of whatever it was must have come into the thing, so they all got infected. She went back into the biolab, and so she was the last one to survive. And then her suit must have been compromised at some point because she is also dead in the airlock.
This is why people don't trust ensigns.
They just die. I'm sorry. No. Why is security so terrible at this place? Why do they not do basic security?
They were a little remiss. I have to agree.
Pepperwine says, I know the security chief. She's pretty good, but if it was my ship, obviously, this
People
wouldn't
would
have
not be
happened.
dead.
They wouldn't be piles of dust of combination people and plant.
Once we save everybody, I'll talk to Harry, make sure they fix their practices.
Yeah.
I would also.
Gosh. We don't know where he is, do we?
Oh, yes, you need to find which building he's in. Does anybody have an idea about how to find which of the two he's in?
No.
I don't, Lieutenant.
Yeah,
Commander?
we're just sort of figuring out what's going on down there. Like how will we seek out more clues to that?
You could do a scan of the surface, like
Oh,
look at
yeah.
the building, see if there's anything unusual.
Yeah.
Okay.
We must have his like bio rhythm, whatever, like in the system. Like maybe
Right.
we can just
Yes. You try that first, and then
Oh, wait,
you're
that
not
was
picking up any of them.
Mm.
What's that, Mike?
Sorry, I was like, get on Cerebro. Wait, that was a different Patrick Stewart.
So you zoom in the satellite photo and you pull up and you look around the parking lots, and it's then that you see on the northernmost buildings there's 4 Starfleet shuttles parked about a couple hundred yards from the building. And tuning your sensors, you realize that there is a force field and a damping field around the building, similar to the one that's being generated down in engineering. So whoever created that machine probably made one down there as well.
It may have been Harry Kim. He sure did bring a lot of Borg technology into the mix.
Oh, Harry. He's obsessed with that stuff.
Yeah.
Seems unwise.
Yeah. Although, I mean, while they are certainly a race that, has been problematic, we don't want to completely discount them. I'm sure that there are positives to what they've brought to the table.
Brainless slave people serving a robot collective?
Well, I mean, that's one way to look at it, sure. But on the other hand, they sure were focused.
That is true. Yeah.
They didn't really take their eyes off the prize, as they say.
Borg of life goals, I guess. What can I say? They still kill a lot of people. So
yeah. I bet they'd be really good motivational speakers if they were a little bit more charismatic.
Quite probably. Should we find
Pepperwine looks at you, Vord, like it's your fault that the ensigns are just bullshitting.
Let them bullshit. They're digging their own graves.
Our graves were dug as soon as we stepped on the station. Don't know what else you want to hear.
I mean, truth be told, if I see a Borg, I'm gonna shoot it and run.
I need some of you to take that alien shuttle down to that cryo facility and try to make contact.
Some of us, there are only 3 of us. Does that mean all of us?
Well, and your 2 red shirts. It's up to you. Would you rather send one or more of you down to the planet or send your red shirts?
5's a party.
Let's head out.
Yeah.
The whole crew.
People tend to die if I'm not around.
I mean,
cool. She says,
all right, people tend to die when I'm around, so kind of balance.
She says, I'll stay here with Julia and try to figure out this dust situation. Come back as soon as you can.
Okay.
I mean, do you want me to blow the dust out of the airlock, or?
No, I think we're still studying the dusk.
Okay.
All right, you get to the shuttle, and the ship has translated it. It says what did I call this? The poppy seed prison colony, and it's got a registry number. So you pop in there. Now you can read all the gadgets and dials and things. And there are things shaped like forks and spatulas. Like, takes you a minute to familiarize yourself with the interface, but at the end of the day, it's just mostly cosmetic. But it's got its own like kitchen and everything that, like, as you do stuff, it makes dinner for you.
That's nice.
Which you can't eat because of your suits, but anyway,
Right.
That's what's happening. So you fly down there. Who's gonna fly the ship?
Ooh.
Who's got good control and con?
I have good con, not good control.
Not
Probably
me.
Vord. Yeah, it's definitely Vord. So Vord, give me a control and con roll.
Okay. I've been doing okay with that thing, or do you guys want me to switch to D20s?
Sure. Yeah. No. It definitely seems to work.
Okay. All right.
So helm ops. So I don't think any of the focuses relate here. So just give me control and con difficulty 2. Do you want to use any momentum? You have 6.
Yes, I.
Okay. Did you mark off one of those? Matt?
What did I do? Sorry.
You're gonna roll 3d20.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I have so many tabs open right now. Let's see.
Is that one success?
Ooh, we got a natural 20.
Oh, a critical failure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got 2 successes. You're good to go, but you also got a critical failure.
Yeah.
So this causes a complication. So it's something that like mess up your engines or make you land in the wrong spot or whatever. Or you could give me 2 threat to get rid of that complication. So what would you guys like to do?
Give you 2 threat? Sorry. I don't know.
So the way threat works is my threat counter just grows and grows and grows unless I use some of it to hurt you guys or to like make a situation crazier or whatever. So you can give me 2 threat to get rid of the complication if you want.
How many do we have?
Right now I have 6.
Each of us has 6?
No, it's the GM has 6 threat at the moment. Momentum is the pool that y'all use.
I feel like I would rather deal with the complication than give him more threat.
Okay, yeah.
Sure. So a good complication for flying. I'm going to say the ship's engines are damaged slightly. So it'll just increase the difficulty of any piloting checks in the ship until it's repaired.
Okay.
But so you land near the Starfleet shuttles and you see there's this what looks like a squat black box near the edge of the force field. Maybe a communication device of some sort. And all 4 shuttles are here, so you assume that some of them flew down and some of them beamed down.
Yeah. No, what do we check out first? I guess scan. See if we see any viruses.
Got to do those scans.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll make it easy. It's you can tell that there's biological life is just gone all over the place. There's dust in the air, but it's non-biological. It's like maybe as the plants were taken away, dust is flying up into the air. There's no dogs, there's no birds, there's not even insects. It's just dead quiet. There is a large biomass, though, to the west. It's like a big marshy wetland area, and there's a ton of biological material over there for some reason, just acres and acres of it. The force field is Starfleet issue, and the damping field is the same as whatever's on the ship. And that there's this little metal box at the edge of the field, which you think is a relay box, so you can communicate with it. It manipulates the field in some way to communicate those messages back to whoever's inside it. So it's basically a security measure in case the alien can travel on digital waves or whatever. It keeps that from happening.
Lieutenant or Chip, whatever that'll be you. Command communications box there.
You want to go up and talk to him? This is your away mission. You're in command.
Do it.
Let's do it. And of course, you can always be like Riker and do it yourself, or you could send somebody.
I'll take him in. Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Cool. So you walk up to the box, you push a button, and it makes a fun noise. Hold on. Starfleet issue. And bloop bloop bloop, and you hear a high-pitched voice. Hello, this is Ensign Ajansi. Who's this?
Yes, Lieutenant Vord. Yeah, what seems to be going on here? Yeah, you guys seem to be suffering from some sort of plague.
Lieutenant of the Navy? You think she's trying to avoid mentioning Starfleet in case you're pre-war people?
Yeah. So what's going on? What are you doing holding up here?
I think you have to tell them that you're with Starfleet.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we're Starfleet.
Oh, thank God. Oh my God. We all had to leave the ship. The captain ordered us to put in all these weird locks. And, I mean, it's just been a nightmare. Oh my God. I mean, I understand security, but this is a level I've never seen. I mean, how bad can this thing be, really? Has anybody been eaten by it?
Wait, am I there? Can I talk?
You can walk up, sure, yeah.
I'll just walk up and be like, well, I don't mean to alarm you, but from what we've seen, it is a pretty intense danger. So I think that any precaution that you can use would be a wonderful idea.
Have there been any more casualties?
A couple, yeah.
All right.
Like
Harry Kim comes on. He's like, "Thank you, Ensign. Okay, what's going on? Who's in charge over there?"
That'd be me.
All right, Lieutenant. Are you in command of the whole mission? We get a ship. What's going on here?
Yeah, we're on a away mission. We got some other people around. Yeah.
And on my ship, who's in command up there? That would be Commander Brandy Pepperwine.
Yeah, Pepperwine. Yeah. I was like cinnamon.
Oh, Brandy. Oh, that's good. She's good. Okay.
Oh, she sends her regards.
Oh, good. Oh, great. Well,
hi, this is
tell
Ensign
you
Emerson,
what,
by the way.
I'm going to send you the signal to get through our damping field, and so we'll be able to communicate while you're on the ship.
Oh, that would
Sound
be
good?
wonderful.
Good deal. Good deal. We have been here for days, so the quicker you can solve this, the better.
Gosh, yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can get
Alrighty.
you into a situation that's a little more comfortable.
That would be great. Well, let's see. Have you been to sick bay yet?
Yeah, it's
Dusty.
it's dusty.
Yeah.
Uh,
Full of algae.
algae?
Yeah,
Sapient plant algae.
we scanned the dust remains of the people, and there's an odd combination of human DNA along with uh, aquatic plant life.
Damn.
I was hoping you might have
can't be helped.
a
I'm sorry,
little
go ahead.
insight there.
What's that?
I was hoping you might have a little insight there.
We're pretty certain the contagion struck there first. We picked up an injured pilot in the Geodan shuttle. We followed every quarantine protocol in the book, including a few of my own additions. And still the thing took hold.
Yeah.
There's a psychological component to it. And it's now that you realize that all those weird feelings you were having, the voices, all that stuff went away once you left the ship and were outside that damping field. He goes on, we aren't sure yet if it's a cognitive effect that led to the security mistake or if it actively manipulates its targets. Either way, it led to a breach of containment. We used the ship's transporter to beam us to the planet and remove any foreign particles. So far, we haven't experienced any symptoms down here.
Oh, that's good.
All right. Well, once you get on the ship, call us and we can coordinate more.
Sounds good, Captain. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, are we going?
Yeah, let's do this.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're going to fly back up to the ship with this gunked up vessel here. The weather's good. It's going straight up. You don't have to pilot around, really. You're just going straight up, so this should be easy. So difficulty 2, piloting check, Vord. Another control and con, so 15.
Okay.
Give me 2d6, and the shuttle can assist, so I'll roll that.
It's a 2d6.
Or 2d20, sorry.
Yeah.
Oof. That is bad.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Maybe I should go back to the other way.
So wind picks up, it's buffeting, shaking.
Jesus.
Oh.
I didn't realize
It
there was
takes
also
you
wind in
forever to get
space.
back. It's terrible.
Lieutenant,
Just
I get
awful.
seasickness.
If you're gonna throw up, don't open the visor.
Just go over the side.
Okay, you get back to the ship, and Pepperwine says, meet me in sickbay.
My fitness is 8.
How's your
Okay,
constitution?
You tumble out of the shuttle, like feeling queasy. And as soon as you're back on the ship, you start to feel irritable. Skin's a little itchy. Joints feel kind of awkward. And those voices have returned.
Oh.
Can I try tuning into them a little bit? Or wait, I did that already, didn't I?
We could do it again.
Okay.
This will be presence and command.
Okay. So 15. Ooh. 2 successes.
2 successes, yeah. So you're able to pick out voices. And you realize that some of them indeed are speaking in the Geodan language.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are speaking human, Vulcan. And one voice you pick out, you've been checking all the logs, right, since you got to sickbay. And so you recognize the chief medical officer. You met her at conventions and shit.
Yeah.
Conferences, that's what they are. And you definitely hear her voice frantic, like leading her team. And then there's like a voice from one of your dreams that you remember. It's so like, yeah, it's a mixed bag of random input, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like like I can't think of the term. Like kind of like ghostly location memories. I think.
Hauntings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And I'll share.
And the same
with
goes
everyone
for
what
the
I'm
rest
hearing.
of you. When you try to kind of focus on them, the closest you can get is like, I recognize that word, or that feeling reminds me of a dream I had recently. Very vague. So you get back to sickbay. Pepperwine's there. She's been studying the flake with Julia. And she looks over at you and she says, thanks for solving that problem. And you see Harry Kim's face on the screen. And they're apparently having a confab or whatever. And he says, good job, Lieutenant. That's you, Mike.
Yeah. Ha! That means thank you in Klingon.
Yes. Of course.
Which probably translates directly to like eat my shit or something.
Yeah. Very
Eat my shit
thankful
with
for you to
honor.
eat my shit, yeah.
Let's see. So, so Kim says, so you know something about the thing, and you have a plan for maybe concentrating it. Is that right? Pepperwine must have been filling him in on your speculations and things.
Theoretically, we should be able to use the vents and at least contain the particulate that's floating around.
Good deal. And then we can do
Putting too much lead in a
baryon
balloon
sweep to clear it out of that area and be done with it, right?
Yeah.
Pepperwine like puts her hand on her eyes and she says, Captain, Starfleet protocol demands that we try to make contact.
What?
And he sighs.
I mean, I know
Of course.
I know it's been a very dangerous entity, but I'm looking very forward to having some sort of communication dialogue with whatever this is.
I'm pretty sure that dust file over there was his first contact communication.
Well, sometimes the first round of diplomacy goes awry, but
There's a dead planet downstairs.
sometimes the second round of diplomacy goes awry. And the third and the fourth. But I don't know. I have confidence that we're going to
go into the airlock and see if you can't learn anything in there.
Okay. Good idea.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you head inside, you see the uniform, dust, and a little bit of circuitry.
I'll take a look at the circuitry.
Yeah,
See what I can glean from it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a bit of complex fabric and bits of metal and things. It looks like it might have come from a spacesuit.
Even the spacesuits fell
or an
apart.
EV suit, one of the two.
I'll pull out my tricorder and scan the spacesuit.
Okay, cool. You you mean her like biohazard suit? You scan it, and it was definitely punctured.
Found a...
And a bit of the fabric from the circuitry or whatever is like sort of between two of her fingers, as if she like ripped at her enemy as she was struggling with it.
Yeah, there was a fight.
So her suit must have been compromised, and so it's her outer suit, her uniform, dust. Yeah.
And I'll check the dust and see if there's more plant life.
There's no terrestrial plant life like there was floating around in the system. It's purely just the biological info and this weird algae business.
Huh. Just her and algae. Okay.
Was she wearing a force field belt?
No, that's an extra precaution that you guys are using.
Well, fortunately, we have these, so maybe that'll keep us safe a little bit longer.
Yeah. We should definitely make note of these belts and how they're kind of saving us in the situation that could have saved her potentially.
Oh, like maybe adding safety precaution.
Yeah.
Have some in sick bays.
Yeah.
That'd be wise.
Yeah. Let's learn from our mistakes. Or their mistakes.
You always solve the last problem.
What's the fabric? Oh, never mind. No, wait. She had fabric in her hand, right? What'd that look like?
Yeah,
some circuitry.
Fibers.
Circuitry?
Yeah, what is that?
You do a little scan. I don't know how you would know it's from the prison ship, but it's from the prison ship.
Well, we scanned the prison ship.
Yeah.
This circuitry matches a spacesuit that was on this prison ship. Wow.
Yeah, the tricorder scanned a spacesuit in the ship, and they're the same.
Yeah, more and more signs seem to be pointing to the fact that the prisoner and that spaceship are the origins of the troubles here.
And the prisoner's still here because the spaceship's still here. So we have to find the prisoner. Right?
Right.
Or not find the prisoner. We don't have to. We could just, lock the doors, suck out all the oxygen.
Well, didn't we scan the ship already for any people or anything?
We
or did we only search?
And plague was concentrated here.
Right.
Yeah, there's no other conventional life signs besides the 6 of you. I think there's 6 of you. Yeah.
How are our ensigns looking? I'll take a glance over at them just to make sure they're doing all right.
Yeah. Hi.
You see they're leaned down by the Jeffries tube and they're inspecting around the hatch for some reason.
Like, hi. I forgot your names and I don't want to learn them because I don't know if it's worthwhile.
Crew and Dion Brentley.
Okay. Hope you hang around.
Oh, don't say that.
I'm kidding.
No, it's fine. Yeah. So we need to find this guy and deal with him. Or first contact.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Crew points out, he's like, look, you see this scratching here? It's a clear sign of somebody, poor manipulators trying to open these screws. It's unfamiliar with Starfleet technology.
I'll go over and investigate the screws. What are the screws holding in? Just the door, making sure that the doors don't open, or?
Yeah, I don't know exactly how Star Trek hatches work, but there's little like locking.
So something trying to get
twist.
out.
Yeah, so whoever was trying to get into the tube must have opened it up and then closed it back behind them. Which suggests a surprising level of intellect to think to pull it back behind you.
Well, this is concerning.
Yeah, so it's whatever it is, it's intelligent.
Great. Wait, wasn't there a pilot who was infected?
I don't remember.
I don't think so. I think
No?
it was just the medical staff.
Okay. But we don't know who infected the medical staff. We just know they were infected and they're dust. And that there's something with poor manipulators walking around trying to move places.
Yeah. Well, and we don't know why it was imprisoned originally.
Wasn't there the outbreak and they brought it here, or
Is that?
I could be wrong now, but I don't think so.
Yeah. Maybe that's it.
Well, you downloaded the ship's logs, so you checked the shuttle, and
True.
the outbreak apparently happened while they were in transit to the moon.
Maybe they hit something in space and...
Yeah.
You think maybe whoever they were caught it on the planet and then brought it up?
Okay.
Unless it was like a bomb that all went off at once. You're not sure.
Well, we need to deal with the problem up here and figure it out. So we need to find our particulate. I assume wherever the highest concentration of plague is where we'll find our creature. I could be wrong, but that seems like a good place to start. Right?
Well, do you mean down on the surface?
No, here. I mean, I think it's here.
It sounds like you're talking about turning the HVAC back on and then looking for the concentration.
Mainly just trying to find out where, if we can find where most of the plague is concentrated, and theoretically that's where it would be.
Wasn't it sickbay?
So it's here with us.
Well, here the dust is just the remains of the people. Most of the dust is in the tubes and
gotcha.
whatnot.
Yeah, I mean...
So yeah, if you turn on your HVAC program, you could concentrate it all. Where would you like to do that?
Sure, I'll go in and I'll try and start manipulating the HVAC to see if we can corral whatever we're looking for, or just control the plague itself, the spread itself.
All right. Pepperwine signs off. You
do the
push
computers.
Beep, 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 beep. And sure enough, you see all the dust collects around the filter. And we'll say there's a room, there's a chamber that's... You have a camera, you can see it. And then all this dust swirls in and collects. And you realize that there's way more than you thought. There's, like, according to the weight, there's probably enough to be about 20 pounds worth of dust. And it's sort of swirling in this weird mass.
Now that we've done this, I'm realizing it's going to be hard to separate it out and give anyone's remains to their families.
All of this is going into space when we're done with this.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Mass burial.
I have the button right here. I will push it and eject these as soon as I am given permission.
Is that safe though? Like, what? We don't know that this dust is not infectious, and so if we put it out into space, aren't we potentially spreading it out through space to whoever?
New plan, furnace. Change some of the toggles so that it'll switch the HVAC to the furnace.
So you've got it all collected in this room. It's a server room, we'll say, and it says swirling about. And at times it seems like it's almost man-shaped.
And
you're starting to get
guy. I don't do that part. Now you're the lieutenant and you're the commander. This is out of, I don't do that.
And then you're starting to get a little more psychic activity.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not totally dead. There's thought. Can I hear any of its thoughts?
Yes, it's almost like it's really focused on you. So you're hearing like conversations you had as you arrived on the ship, like just little snippets here and there. You sort of, and more, it's like your voice and your thoughts. It's really like starting to home in on you.
Yeah, it's like echoing me back to me.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so it's not, gosh. So it's not having its own independent thoughts. It's just reflecting my thoughts and my memories back to me. I'm gonna cut off.
You're starting to remember things like your childhood and your Betazoid training, and almost as if it's trying to learn about your abilities.
I'm gonna try to shut it down, basically. Not it, but like the connection that I have established.
Oh, try to put up a wall, essentially. Yeah, give me this'll be presence and command difficulty 3.
Okay.
So you may want to use.
Yeah, I'll use
here.
a momentum. Is that it?
If you spend 3, you can get 2 extra dice. Otherwise, just 1.
Okay.
I had Charles.
Yeah, I'll spend 3 and get 2. So it's 4d20.
Okay. 4d20.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's, I'm sorry, what was it? It was
presence and command.
Okay, so that's 15. Oh, still 2 failures. And a critical failure.
Okay, didn't quite do it.
No.
Do you want to spend threat to take away the complication or keep it?
I'll keep it. Let's see what happens.
Okay. So we'll call this confusion.
Okay.
You feel like your wall you tried to put up didn't work right, and now you're sort of addled and sort of confused and holding your head. Pepperwine says to you, Murphy, looks like you have it contained. What now?
Do I have permission to set it on fire?
That's one option, Lieutenant.
I see nothing wrong with fire.
Fire. Crew and Brentley are like, Captain Kim said something about a baryon sweep. Could do that.
So I'm just sitting there kind of like, like I'm not comfortable with like setting it on fire yet. Like it feels like it might be aggressively psychically attacking me right now, but it's
so
still...
you don't want me to set the thing aggressively attacking you on fire?
Well, no, because I don't know if it's intending to aggressively attack me. It seems to be trying to
it's just
understand me.
Accidentally mauling your brain. It's okay.
I think it's trying to learn me. It just kind of hurts.
Would you attest on the record that it is attempting to make contact?
Yes.
For diplomacy reasons?
Unsure.
We can't beam them back until this thing is settled.
Could be a brain-eating virus.
Can you ask it if it's a brain-eating virus? Can we
Sure.
ask him
Are you a
if it's
brain-eating virus?
So it's weird. It's like having feedback when you reach out to ask, are you a brain-eating virus? You hear those words in your head.
Yeah.
And you're getting all these images from like movies and stuff of evil viruses and
It's like
brain-eating parasites.
Now you're wondering if you're a brainy virus.
Yeah. It's like it's mimicking me or something.
Can you just be like
now
super nice and happy and a good person?
Yeah. I mean, it's a goal.
Yeah, I recommend
Okay,
fire,
the
but
commander
I'm
says-
open to interpretation here.
The commander says, tell you what, can you translate?
I can try.
Creature, we are from Starfleet. We follow Federation values. We have to make first contact. But I must warn you that you've killed 13 members of our crew and most of this entire solar system. If you choose not to make further diplomatic efforts, we will be forced to destroy you.
Okay. I will think that at it.
Okay, give me a diplomacy check.
Okay.
This will be difficulty 3, and that will be, I guess, presence and command.
Okay. And I have diplomacy as a focus.
Indeed.
Okay. Well, if I spend 2 more momentum, I'm out of momentum.
You're down to 2?
Mm-hmm. Well, I can spend 1 and just roll 3.
Spend 1, yeah.
Two successes and a failure.
Two successes and a failure. I'm just looking at your untapped potential talent.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, let's see, if you succeeded a task for which you bought 1 or more additional dice, you may roll and then you get, bonus momentum. All right. So you got 2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. It comes back at you with nightmare feelings of contempt, disgust.
It didn't seem to like that message at all.
Was it the implied threat?
I think so. That's my gut feeling, but it's hard to say. It's just shooting disgust and contempt at me.
Hey, you were honest.
Do you think it took it on board, that it knows that that we have a timeline?
I don't know.
You can't reason with brain-eating viruses.
Embroider that on a pillow.
I'm happy to imply more threat.
What if gosh, is there a way to word our intentions that kind of remove the threat? Just to see if it softens up a bit.
Okay, she says, all right, translate. We want to make contact with you. We want to learn more about you so that we can come to a peaceful arrangement. The thing comes back with just disinterest.
Hmm. Yeah, it's not really interested.
Damn.
Ask if it wants us to help it kill people and see what it says.
Okay. I'll give it a whirl.
Pepperwine's looking at you with like real, I don't know about this loose cannon. So yeah, you do that. And give me another roll. It's another difficulty 3.
All right, I'm just gonna do 2. And
Are you gonna spend that last point of momentum?
yeah, I guess there's no other way to succeed.
And you can also give me 2 threat to get another die.
Okay.
So I'm up to 8 threat.
Okay. So it's 4d20.
4d20.
3 successes and a failure.
3 successes, good enough.
All right.
Okay. It's all smiles, baby.
Mm,
This thing likes your cut of your jib.
okay. So bad news is it loves that, and yeah, it definitely wants us to help it kill things.
Permission to set it on fire now.
I'm feeling less hesitance around destroying this.
All right. She reaches over and hits the burn button. And the heat goes to 1200 degrees in the server room. Well, she puts on force field around the server first, but so they don't burn. And the dust is just incinerated completely. And there's all just like the faintest traces of scorched dust. And your brain is attacked.
Ah.
You're gonna use some threat.
Yeah. Okay. What do I do?
Oh, this will be an opposed check. So difficulty 1.
Okay.
But it's up against this creature here. And it'll be presence and command.
Okay. So do I just use 1 threat to give me 2?
You're out of momentum.
Yeah.
So if you want to give me 1 threat, you can.
Okay, and that would give me...
So I'm up to 3 now, I believe. Because I spent 6.
Okay. And so what do I roll? Is that 3d20?
3d20.
Okay. Oh, I got a crit.
Oh, shit. You got 3 successes. And he got 4.
Oh, no.
And you've already used your value. I think you've been hit.
Oh.
So now I have to roll damage.
Oh, wait. Do I get anything for rolling a crit with my focuses?
Ooh, that's a good point. I'm having trouble reading this thing. Does untapped potential work here? Whenever the... Oh, no, you'd have to succeed at it.
Well, I'm wondering if persuasion does anything.
Oh, you're talking about your focuses?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Diplomacy?
Yeah. Maybe.
It's a stretch.
Yeah. Virology.
Oh, it wouldn't matter anyway, because the 1 was a critical.
Oh, right. So it would just... Okay, yeah. Never mind.
I believe another player can use their point of determination to give you assistance, but I'm not sure. Does anybody have a value that would help them shore up their friend here?
Survival.
Pepperwine owes life to Starfleet Medical. No.
Yeah, closest thing is animal husbandry and virology.
I got.
Oh, this would be in your values.
In our values?
I don't see anything there.
No.
Loves animals, loves blades. That won't work.
Learn from your mistakes. Kind of okay.
Oh, you never picked specific values. Maybe one can be, you always lift up your friends.
Sorry.
What do you think? Would you like to do something like that?
Yeah, sure. Oh, I'll do it for this situation.
Oh no, I'm talking to Murphy.
Oh,
Ian, because he didn't actually decide on his values yet.
Sorry about that. I think
No problem.
Well, his values are, I guess some could be about. He's all about survival and not dying and being kind of stoic and resolute. So maybe.
Cool. So maybe you like grip up your friend and you're like, you can do this.
No. I just slap him on the side of the face, like, no, none of that right now.
Okay, so if you spend your determination, that'll give you 2 extra successes, so you will win.
Oh.
And you're able to push him out. And
Yeah.
Pepperwine's like, Murphy, what the hell are you doing?
I've seen this too many times before. Not right now.
All right, so do you want to let her know what happened? You nearly got hurt?
Yeah. I'll explain the whole psychic battle that just happened in my head.
I don't understand it. We set that dust on fire, but apparently even the particles are indestructible?
Oh.
Or it's psychic bodiless?
Maybe it might be. It may have been a last ditch effort as it was being destroyed, but
oh no, all of you are feeling these nightmare feelings.
Yeah, it might just be a completely formless psyche.
Okay, it's now that the dust is like reconstituted and is punching at the servers and like raging around the room.
Huh.
And she sighs and she goes
Look
over
at
to the video. She's like, Captain, are you seeing this? He's like, yeah, I'm seeing it. You did everything you could. Destroy the thing.
We tried.
I could eject it into space, and I would be happy to do so.
I'm
All
still
right,
kind
you're
of afraid
gonna do
we're
a
just
baryon sweep. We prepared for it before we left. It's all in the log there. Just you're gonna go back to the shuttle bay, and it's gonna like sweep through one deck after the other. It's like a purple line that goes through the ship. Captain Picard got stuck trying to run away from it once. Anyway, so it's gonna basically digest all biological material in the ship, and you'll jump out of the ship right before it does the rest of the shuttle bay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So you'll have to collect all the like plants and stuff that are in the stasis boxes and take them with you. I think that's it. You just got some like bags and buckets and things.
Are we sure these are a
And,
priority right now?
So you work your way back to the shuttle bay, and you step out, and the Baryon sweep. It takes about an hour. And yeah, we can wrap it up there for the evening.
Okay.
The camera zooms out and we see a ship coming out of the darkness, and lights are coming up on the outside, and zoom in through the screen and you see two spacesuited figures at the controls, and it's coming closer and closer to the hood. Theme music. And button on the episode. Do you guys want to have a funny banter moment here?
Well, I think that went very well.
I'm just sitting there like holding my head like, yeah, that was fucking awesome.
Hey, you're alive, and that's more than can be said for plenty of red shirts out there.
Yeah, sure.
Man. Yeah, not bad for my first command mission.
Yeah, you're great. You let me burn something. I got to set a monster on fire. Didn't do much, but that's about even.
Burning it, yeah.
I'm glad we were on the same wavelength. I swear, command. I'm sorry.
And now all I have to do is wrestle with the fact that I don't know if I believe in the Prime Directive anymore.
Look, give it another 30 years or so, and it'll all be mush at the end of things.
Along with my brain.
True. You see one monster,
Pepperwine's got her hands on her waist as she floats there outside the shuttle bay, and she looks over at Murphy like squinting.
She's like
talking shit about the Prime Directive. What are we doing here?
Obey us or die.
Right.
He knows where it's at.
Pretty good directive, yeah.
There's a reason I'm in engineering and still an ensign.
Yeah. Yeah, trying to make contact with that thing almost killed me, so
at the end of each session, I like to do a thing called likes and wishes. So let's start. We'll go around the horn and just tell us something you liked, whether it was another player's role-playing or something that happened in the story. Matt, you want to start us off?
I'm so bad at these. I think largely because I've never been a DM before, so I'm just kind of I don't really know what goes into it, so it's I don't, and I also I just don't have a sense of how things could have been different, because they weren't different, they were the way they are, so it's
oh yeah,
this is I don't know, I liked it and I didn't dislike it. That's it's really unhelpful feedback.
Any standout moments?
There was something that happened in engineering, some bit of business.
I think because it's a completely new game system to me, it was one long standout moment, because it was all just learning. The only thing I can suggest is that I did this with another game before, where we were it was a different system, and we were actually doing a live show, and we did a sort of practice run of the game before we went live. And hindsight's 2020, but maybe it would have been good if we kind of got together before we recorded to practice the game, so that a lot
of some scheduling issues going on.
Right. So yeah, I don't know. Given that, I don't know if anything really could have gone better, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, likes and wishes are about if there was something that you really enjoyed, like a role playing moment.
Yeah. It's all kind of a blur already.
Oh man.
Come back to me. Come back to me.
You did have to
enjoyed
deal with
the
an alien melting your
bloodthirstiness.
brain, so it makes
Right.
sense. Things are a little blurry right now.
Which was actually kind of fun.
I enjoyed you communicating with the creature.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny because like when I picked Betazoid and I, knew that I would be telepathic, like I don't know, like in my mind it was going to be much more of a kind of side thing. And it never occurred to me that it would be kind of this like very much like big part of the story, which is cool. I'm not complaining. It's just kind of like it's just not what I imagined, but it's also hard to know what it's going to be like.
Yeah, I think of it as one of those episodes where like Deanna is sensing like from an entirely different ship.
Yeah.
Or some giant entity.
Yeah. Well, my only thought though is that like I mean the roleplay was fun and I love roleplay, but I think if we had kind of gotten together to like hammer out like a practice session, it would have given us more room to roleplay because we would have been more kind of comfortable with the
rules.
Yeah. At least me. It but also it's a new kind of like group of people, so it's going to take me a few minutes to kind of find the character.
Have less than a day to
exactly. Yeah.
I figured we would kind of get it as we went along, but
right.
that would have been helpful. But
you've got to find a groove, and yeah, I felt like we kind of were finding a groove about halfway through.
Yeah.
Cool. And
well, even with like
maybe too soon for wishes, but is there a particular type of event or story thing or something that you might want to do next time? Even a conversation between two characters that haven't had one yet.
Huh.
It could be anything like that.
Something I think just where I'm doing less of the the I guess it was kind of combat, just because I've gone through so much of my stuff already.
Like you'd like to get into some combat?
No, I mean, if we get into combat, I would like it to not be the person kind of like doing the combat because I've got so few resources left. Well, are we just continuing this story into next time? And are we keeping everything the way it is?
Indeed.
Okay, yeah.
So your momentum is wiped out.
Yeah. And I don't know if there's a way to get that back.
There are. If you beat a difficulty, each one above, you can use that to increase your momentum. You can find a difficulty 0 task and spend some time on it.
Yeah.
That's a way to get momentum. So like
I was up against a lot of
clean
like
sick bay.
Yeah.
I was ended up spearheading our invasion against the monster.
Right. I was up against a lot of like level 3 difficulties, which made it hard to like be a big winner.
Indeed.
But, I'm telepathically fighting the big bad, so
yeah, cool.
I mean, I guess like, and I don't know how. I'm just gonna say this wish out loud, and I don't know how like you would make it happen, but it's just I would like to kind of like have more instances of just like straight up humor. No, I think a lot of that relies on us as players kind of injecting
like
the
I said at the
humor.
beginning, it's hard because we're not writing jokes,
Right.
we're improving.
Right.
So-
Right.
Improv can be tricky and it doesn't always land right.
And
yeah,
because I think it's hard because really what we're dealing with is an inherently very serious situation.
right.
So it
Well, I've noticed that with Lower Decks, it gets like that where I don't know. It's supposed to be like this humorous show, but they get into some serious stuff.
right. Like I mean it.
Yeah, I mean Star Trek shit happens.
Yeah. I mean you can find humor in anything if you're funny. So it's like I think it's just a matter of I think it's more a matter of like us as players kind of like again like kind of getting deeper into the groove of this and like just kind of more freestyle fucking around.
Yeah.
And I don't think we did a bad time this time at all. Like I think we found plenty of like
Oh yeah.
jokes
I'm here
to
to bring
tell.
That was one of my
grim
likes
comedy
was-
to this one.
Yeah.
Ian, I felt really had some funny moments.
I'm
being
just
kinda
here to be the guy
cranky.
who's seen it before and doesn't want to be here. End it.
Yeah.
I do think it's kind of funny that like I came into this my character as like the very idealistic like diplomacy can get you through anything only to be like psychically almost destroyed by this entity that is just set on destruction. It's like, oh, well, maybe diplomacy can't get you through everything.
Now we just got to get your character back to where it can, but within reason.
Right. It's like, wait.
Indeed.
It is attacking my brain right now, but hold on. Maybe it's got good intentions.
All right. So folks watching at home, the next one should be out in a couple of weeks. Maybe we'll have some credits, definitely show notes to find out more about the Aging Journey podcast. And if you'd like people to reach out to you, tell us your socials or what have you. Matt, you want to start us off?
I am not on social media.
There you go. What about you, Ian?
I would be, but I'm also not on social media, so I'm afraid not. If you're on Discord, you can hit me up on the Discord channels that I'm in.
Yeah.
Nice. And Mike?
Yeah, you can find me most places. Tuberculosis with a Q. Should you choose? Gosh, I'm like way overdue for deleting my Twitter. I'm on that, and then
Right.
and then what is it? I'd like Blue Sky, but I haven't figured out how to get on there. But yeah, Instagram, same deal. You know, I think that's pretty much it. You know, TikTok just started. Thinking something weirder on there, but
Yeah.
who cares?
I'm too old for
Yeah.
TikTok and all the social medias that like I'm the right age for are owned by
figure
evil
it
men.
out. Yeah, but I don't think it's for me either, really, to be honest. But it's there.
Yeah. TikTok exists
Well,
in
you
case
can
you
find
didn't
me
know.
on Instagram and Threads and Twitter at El Jefe Tacoma. That's ELJEFE Tacoma. Listen to my podcast Shattered Worlds RPG and my every other Sunday stream at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Omniversal Escapades. That's youtube.com, twitch.tv, all that.
Wow.
So,
You love the internet.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. I got a book out, not yet,
Nice.
but I mean, maybe by the time somebody watches this.
Oh.
It's
Ooh,
called The Tower
congrats.
of Justice, set
Okay.
in the world of my podcast.
Oh wow, cool.
And,
nice.
Yeah, hopefully I can figure out how to publish things.
What
one
world
of these days.
shattered?
Get it out.
The shattered one. What is it?
Shattered Worlds.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I got there.
Right.
But yeah,
I
that's
think-
great. I didn't know you had a book coming out. Is it on like Amazon, basically?
Well, it's all more or less done, but I have to like format it and like find out how to get on Amazon, maybe even actual books. There's a place that does that.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, I have to do research. My worst favorite thing, least favorite thing.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for playing with me, gang. This was a
Absolutely.
lot of
Oh,
fun.
thank you.
I hope people out
Thanks
there
for
enjoy
having
it.
me.
Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah.
Can you send me the recording or like somehow?
Yes, that's our editor, folks.
Thank
I
you.
will absolutely send
Thanks
it
for
to you
editing.
as soon as I have it.
It's not an easy
All
task.
right. Thanks, folks.
All right.
All
Thanks.
right.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.